I'm Lizzie Harrison for Card Player TV, and today we have Steve, Mr. Smokey Bilirakis here in the studio. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So the World Series of Poker is upon us once again. Last year you won the first event. What prompted you to play in the mixed event?
I actually don't play Limit Hold'em, so I wasn't planning on playing it before the World Series, but I had a good day online the day before, and me and a couple friends decided to take that money and just entered event number one because we, you know, it was our first World Series. We got to play event number one, so that's what we did, and both of us were lucky enough to get deep and make the money, and I was lucky enough to win it. Did
you find it difficult to adjust between games?
At first I did, because in the limit part I was playing too many hands, and I obviously lost like every hand I played in limit, so I realized that
you had to tighten up your starting hand requirements.
In limit, yes, I was just not, you know, I'm just not good enough to play at limit with these guys, so what I did was just didn't play any of the hands in limit. I played like 2% of the hands in the limit half. And
when did you realize that? At what point in the tournament?
A couple levels in, when I just like, you know, lost a couple thousand chips, and then I knew that the no limit half didn't have any antes, so I was able to just sit around and play tight. And you know, most people were making all their big mistakes in the limit because the limit half of the structure played a lot bigger than the no limit half.
Okay.
So I was just able to just sit around and, you know, buy time and stall in the limit half, and then in the no limit part, you know, just play good, and you know, eventually hands will come and I'll just get the chips.
So which would you say was the most difficult adjustment, limit to no limit, or no limit back to limit? Like when you were switching games, or did it even come into play?
No, it didn't really come into play. I just couldn't wait every time. I just was like waiting for the time to fly by, and so I can get back into no limit. And you know, I just took as much time as I could and played as few hands as possible. I didn't want to get involved at all in the limit half. I was even folding like pocket nines under the gun and stuff like that when I had like a short stack, because I knew that, you know, I'd be able to maneuver my stack around a lot easier in no limit because I had way more experience.
Well, that goes into my next question. I was going to say, if you were dealt a hand like pocket jacks under the gun, you're above average in chips, how would you play it differently in limit versus no limit?
Well, it depends on what the blinds were. Like, for example, if I'd never fold jacks, but I would fold like 8s or 9s if, you know, one time I had like 20,000 and the blinds are 1,000, 2,000, which means the limits are 2,000, 4,000. So if I raised to 4,000, someone called, bad flop comes, I've already have 20% of my stack in. I have to bet 4,000, and if I get check raised, I just gave away half my stack when I really shouldn't have played the hand in the first place.
That makes sense.
But jacks, you know, there's a lot less likeliness of a bad flop coming, and your jacks are, you know, I don't need to.
So are you going to raise with it whether it's limit or no limit?
Well, I've been working on my limit game over the last year, and I'm gonna have to. I mean, obviously, I'm not supposed to fold 9s. When I was telling people that, they just laughed at me, but you know, it worked.
So how has your limit game improved in the last year? What did you win?
I've been playing a lot of horse online and limit hold'em, you know, 100, 200 limit hold'em, and I've been playing higher stakes mixed games because last year at the World Series I just played all in the limit events. I got real burnt out. You know, by the time the main event came around, I just didn't want to play anymore, basically, and so now I'm just going to like play some stud events, Raz events, you know, just to keep, you know, my brain at ease. Yeah, playing no limit 58 days in a row is going to be a lot of work.
So last year, by the time you got heads up with Greg Mueller, were you more comfortable in your limit game?
Yeah,
tell me about heads up.
Heads up limit, I felt like I would be all right. It's kind of like no limit.
You have to be aggressive at that point.
You just raise the button, you try to play small pots, this and that.
What do you think? What aspect of your game do you think helped you to win that event? Like, what was the one key part of your game?
Like playing short stack poker, just like playing a lot of sit and goes online, and knowing, you know, when you're short, when not to just shove all in like most players do because they think they got to double up. Like, to me, it's not about doubling up. It's about, you know, just
hanging in
maintaining your stack. Yeah, just protecting your stack.
So you're not always going to shove with, like, say, 10, 12 big blinds? You won't be shoving in a no-limit event?
In no limit? Well, this year I heard they have antes in it, so with 10, 12 big blinds, it's a huge difference than last year's 10, 12 big blinds. But, like, yeah, I'm just shoving, you know, my normal, like, you know, I'll fold, like, ace 8 and stuff with 10 big blinds, you know, when most players...
Some players would have it in there with the ace.
Instantly fire all in as soon as it folds around to them. And, you know, they pick up a lot of chips that way, and that's how a lot of players win tournaments. But, you know, that people don't see, like, when people just, you know, donkey out of 4 out of 5 tournaments and they win a big one and they're just amazing. Like, my strategy is to just keep myself in it as long as possible, give myself a really good chance to win, and my cash rate is going to, you know, go up a lot more. And then, yeah, dude, as long as I'm I give myself a chance to win. Cards will just come when you're shorthanded, and you'll just get lucky and win the tournament.
You said you've been playing a lot of horse this year. How have you been doing? And have you been playing cash games or tournaments?
Cash games and tournaments. I've done well in the tournaments, but I'm playing too high cash games, so I've been losing a little bit, but I'm learning a lot doing it, so I don't really mind.
What level were you playing?
500 to 1,000 online, 500,000
It's
horse.
too big to learn at that level.
Well, I mean, I do all right. I actually break even and lose a little bit, but I don't, to me, that's the only way I'm going to learn how to play at the level that I want to play at. Me playing 2040 it just bores me, to be honest with you.
Well, how much do you think your game has improved since last year's World Series of Poker as a whole? You're playing more games.
Yeah, as a whole, hand by hand, I'm a lot better. My tournament game might have slipped a little bit because I've been concentrating more on cash games. But this year you're going to see me. Last year you saw me, just grinding into the money a lot, and this year you're going to see me playing a lot of hands, all the way through the tournament and try to just kind of run it over Daniel and Phil Ivey would do, instead of just sitting around and being a short stack and being a shoving all in. It's just not fun to me, so I just want to change my style to make poker way more fun.
Well, where would you set the odds of you winning another bracelet at this year's World Series?
I'm not good with odds. People have asked me about that, but I want to take some action if anyone's willing to set a line.
You don't know where to set the line, though?
Think about it. If I'm playing
how many events will you play?
35 tournaments.
Okay, 35.
30 to make it easier. I win one out of every 100 tournaments I play. So what should the odds be? It should be
3 to 1, close.
No, well, you got to get better than 3 to 1 to win a bracelet.
I guess that's true.
Yeah,
I don't claim to be an odds maker.
Yeah, I would be I don't know, if I got 8 to 1 or something, 9 to 1, I might do a bet. Yeah.
All right, well, good luck on that. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I'm Lizzie Harrison with Steve Bilirakis for Card Players TV.